All right. How we all doing today? How we living? How our portfolio's looking right now? I know most people say the market's red, which is why we're going live to turn this puppy green. How about that? Give me a second. Get situated. Finish cleaning up my breakfast. And wait for y'all to roll in here and tell me how we doing. What do we want to look at? I got a couple ideas that I want to look at, but if you guys have anything in particular, let me know. We can take a look at that, and I'll always prioritize you guys. Sound quality also, let me know how it is. Probably not going to be too great today. Brought a pair of headphones just for the sake of having a mic, and then realized that that's not going to plug into my computer. So I'll have to go out and get a mic over the weekend to improve the sound quality for next week. Let me know if y'all can hear me in the meantime. Alright, so we got this up. Close that over here. Alright, what do we want to look into? You can hear. Awesome. Thank you, Savvy. Appreciate you as always, my friend. Also later today, I'm probably going to cut this stream off around 1 o'clock like usual, and then I'll hop back on around oh, okay. I'm probably going to hop back on around, or I will be hopping up back on around 3:30 Central Time, because Open Door is having their investors call at 4 o'clock. So I don't know if any of y'all are on Open Door with me, but I'll be tuning into that and, hosting the call here in case any of y'all do want to listen in on that, because I've got a ticket. Let's see, Logan. 3 major indexes all bounced off their moving averages, and Jerome Powell should talk about interest rates today. Alright, what do I want to do? Let's look at Open Door's price. I know they were taking a shit today. I'm okay with that. Oh, baby, I love where we're heading there. Look at this company in the meantime. Try to find some more info on them. Again, y'all let me know. Whatever companies you want to see, I'll look into those ones. I really don't have a list today coming in. I've kind of run through my list for the week already of what I wanted to look into. But we can always go hunting. That's why we're SPAC hunting out here. A lot of great plays that are going substantially overlooked. If you haven't already, please, please, please smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and ring the little bell next to it so that you can get notified every time we drop a new video or I go live on here, and we're making money up in here, which is every single day the stock market's open. It don't matter if it's red or it's green. All the fakes on YouTube ain't gonna go live when the market's red. They're hurting. All the real ones are gonna be out here with you. You can count on that. LIVX. I don't think I did. I think they were in public, right? LIVX. Okay. Oh, I like those moves, Logan. LIVX. Did I look into them further? I have not looked at it any further so far, Logan. Do you know anything else that we haven't talked about? Thanks, what's going on? You know, I like Bitcoin. What others do I like right now or in the near future? So, my wallet consists of these for crypto, right? You got Bitcoin, you got Ethereum, and you got VeChain. So Bitcoin, we're sitting at right around 50,000. We've been holding this strong for, quite a few days now. Honestly, we've been holding in 50,000 pretty strong for weeks now. It dipped to like 44,000 and came right back up like a day or two later. But if you're at 44,000 in your worst days, and you've been in Bitcoin for 5 years now, like I have, that's a no reason to panic for me. I'm pretty happy with that. If you would have told me that a year ago when I had a chance to buy in more Bitcoin at $3,000 a pop, which I did, I would have been ecstatic. If you would have told me that on our bad days we'd be hitting 20,000, or on our good days we'd hit 20,000 a year from then, I would have been ecstatic. So 44,000 on our worst days, that is fantastic. I think Bitcoin is gearing up for another run. You can see this consolidation period we've been going through. Let's see if it looks better. I hate using Google for charts. I don't have any charting software on my computer though. Let's see. Maybe CoinMarketCap will have good charts. Ooh, I can take a look at that, Savvy. Give me a second. That's the all-time. Let's do the 1 year, see how that looks. Oh, yeah. Ethereum, I said 10K within the next 5 years. Every time I make any kind of, Webull, you said? Anytime I make any kind of crypto price target, even if I think it's super aggressive, what happens now is it seems that all my predictions are always conservative, that they get smashed. Like I said back in 2017, when I first started actually investing in crypto, I could see Bitcoin hitting $10,000 within the next 5 years, and now we're not even 5 years. We're at almost 4 years now. It's been like 3.5 years, and you're seeing Bitcoin not just at $10,000. You're seeing Bitcoin smash through $50,000. So that was crazy to see. Ethereum, same thing. I see Ethereum hitting 10,000 in the next 5 years, though. I don't know if we're going to hit it this run, but I think, oh shit, I think between this run and the next run, or cycle, we'll see it hit 10,000. So I have a Webull. Let me see if I can just do this. Yeah, let me look at the 3-month. See, we're going up, 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 up. Take a little break. Take the foot off the gas. Go through some consolidation. Oh no, the run's over, and boom, 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 boom. We need to go through some consolidation. I think I'm gonna have to go through a little bit more, honestly, before we go for our next run. But I just know we're gearing up for it. 88 Cardano. I am not big on Cardano. For anyone who's unfamiliar with it, I'm not big on Cardano just for the reason of I'm super bullish on Ethereum. Right, Ethereum is my biggest holding in the crypto landscape. Hit the trade. Okay. Oh my God! If you have me drawn on charts, you guys are in trouble. Let's pull up Ethereum. Or no, we wanted to do Cardano. Yeah. Mm, where the hell did I find Cardano on here? Okay, so they might not have Cardano on there. Unfortunately, Cardano trades for about $1 a pop right now. $1 to $1.50 is what I've been seeing. Um, I don't play both just because I don't see a need to hedge my bet with Ethereum. I'm super, super bullish on it. I know where its faults lie. I know what the complaints are. Um, for anyone who doesn't know, the complaints with Ethereum are that the you can't process enough transactions, that the blockchain is too slow in a short enough time, which is why these other products exist in the first place. The gas fees for Ethereum are way too high. Like what you buy, ETH, Ether, that is the gas that fuels the Ethereum blockchain network. So it doesn't run without it. You want to make any transaction, you want to open a smart contract, do anything in the network, you need to pay fees with Ethereum. It's currently a proof of work network, which is what Bitcoin is also. That's why miners exist. They, basically they process all this information. They have servers running nonstop, and I mean, there's funny analogies about it. I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole, but that's their proof of work. And so, as a reward for their work, they get X amount of coins for X amount of blocks that are mined, right? And that's why it's so slow. Now, exactly, Logan. Ethereum 2.0 is switching, it's going to be integrated over the next 2 years or so with the mainnet, one phase at a time. That's going to basically convert it from a proof of work system, or sorry, proof of work network to a proof of stake network. So anyone who already has Ethereum, you're going to have stake pools, or you're going to have people who have their own individual stakes that they want to be part of this, where they're going to have, to verify transactions, make sure that's legitimate and that everything looks good. And if they do that, for every transaction, they're going to randomly select. You get this much, Ethereum as a reward, essentially. Also coming out in the next day or two is EIP 1559. EIP, I think it stands for Ethereum Improvement Plan or something like that, right? I'll get you the exact one in a second. But what that's going to do, or if it's approved, is it's going to knock down gas fees. Boom. Yeah, you're beating me to the punch on everything, Logan. So we're speaking the same language. It's going to knock down the gas fees, which is what people complain about with Ethereum. It's going to basically make it like an equilibrium kind of system of like gas fees when the network's super packed or jam packed. It's going to be higher gas fees to basically make people say, okay, if your transaction's not that necessary right now, just wait so the transaction or the gas fees will go down. And when the network is not active at all, it's going to go way, 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 way low until activity picks back up, and it's always trying to find, you know, an equilibrium around 50% for network activity. So it's going to take some pressure off the network. It's going to lower gas fees because of that, and then it's also changing the way that miners are paid. Where right now they get paid not only in gas fees, they get paid in a miner, what's called a miner's tip, and they're, because of that, severely overpaid. You know, if you're a miner, I'm sorry, but they're severely overpaid because of that. And they're going to basically just, it's designed to start burning away some of this Ethereum. My big concern for the past 2 or 3 years has always been the supply. You know, it's at 120 million coins right now, which is not much compared to a lot of coins out there. But this is designed to, instead of the gas fees going to the miners along with the miner tip, they're still going to get the miner tip for it with their proof of work, but the gas fees are going to they're going to get burned, you know, essentially. So the supply from our network is going to start getting burned away, which is going to make our existing supply that we hold more valuable. This is all going to get decided on if it's approved or not approved today or tomorrow, from my understanding. So something to keep an eye out for. That's called EIP 1559 for anyone unfamiliar. And that is Ethereum. I believe it's Ethereum's improvement plan. Yeah, Ethereum improvement proposal start. So that will be getting approved or not approved tomorrow. Yeah. So I like Ethereum, though, just more of a long-term kind of potential. I don't know if it's ever going to pass up Bitcoin. I think that it has more value to it currently than Bitcoin does, and you know the whole reason it exists. Trouble in the neighborhood. Great to see you here, my friend. Welcome to the stream. We're talking over some crypto right now. I don't know if you have any interest or if you have any crypto investments, but we're going to dive into a couple of them because, you know, until now we really haven't had an opportunity to. Ethereum exists in the first place because Bitcoin, you know, while their blockchain technology, you know, revolutionized the world as we knew it, there's a lot of flaws in there, and it's slow. It doesn't have a lot of capabilities, so it was designed basically to target a lot of the pain points that you saw in Bitcoin's blockchain network, and make this new blockchain network that's faster, that's got more capability to it, specifically smart contract capability, which I think is the biggest unlock for Ethereum. With Ethereum 2.0, it's going to be even faster. We need the capability to process a bunch of transactions at the same time. If it goes according to plan, we're going to go from processing about 30 transactions a second to hundreds of thousands of transactions a second. Oh, I'm in VeChain also. We'll go over that also. Trouble in the neighborhood. To hundreds of thousands of transactions a second. So, oh, don't worry at all, Hanks. I'm glad to have you here, brother. Sauce me and subscribe if you haven't already. Please smash that like button. We got 6 people up in here right now. We got 2 likes, so I would love it if y'all could smash that like button for me and smash that subscribe button if you haven't already, because you know we're not going to grow without it. But in the meantime, I'm going to sit here, and I love talking to y'all anyway. So I appreciate y'all being here. So yeah, Ethereum 2.0, if it goes and it works according to plan, it's going to revolutionize how we do things. You're going to start to see smart contracts utilized on a larger world scale, because it's got a lot of tangible use if that works out. And speed is the only thing, and then gas fees. If we can lower gas fees, we can reduce supply, and we can increase the speed of the network. Ethereum is going to go to the fucking moon. And so the reason I'm not an ADA Cardano is I don't see a need to hedge that. I think that everything is going to go according to plan with Ethereum. I've been in it for 4 years now. And Cardano, they exist to tackle the pain points that exist in Ethereum's network, or blockchain network, which is speed and gas fees. Only issue with Cardano right now is you're investing in, a lot of hype, one, which is nothing wrong with investing in hype. It could be the next big thing. But 2, you're investing into a blockchain network whose smart contracts don't work. The smart contract capability isn't there yet, and that's what I think, in my mind, makes Ethereum so valuable. So if you want to get into Cardano and you want to bet against Ethereum working out, because if Ethereum works and it works well, Cardano is useless. It's worthless. You know, your Cardano bet is Ethereum 2.0 isn't going to work out. It's that, you know, we're going to figure smart contracts out. They're not going to be adopted the same way that people think they are. They're not going to pick up their speed. The supply is going to continue to grow and not burn away. You know, everything we've already listed. And I have no interest in betting against them. I think Ethereum is going to do it. I think that Ethereum 2.0 is going to work exactly as planned. I think EIP 1559 is going to be a nice improvement in the short term. We'll wait for the full integration to take place over the next 2 years or so. And yeah, that's why I'm not an ADA. I'm not sprinkling anything over there. I considered it really considered it for about a month or two. And then ultimately decided to take that money and I pumped that into VeChain, VET. So those unfamiliar with VeChain, the reason I'm comfortable investing in it is a project that's been around since the last crypto bull rush of 2017, 2018 was the last bull run, right? And then when we saw the market take a shit and Bitcoin went from 19,500, Ethereum has Link, okay? I have not done a deep dive into Link, I'll admit that. So if you guys want to fill me in with what's good about Link, hit me with it. I know, Logan, you gotta have something for me. You've been hitting me with straight up facts about crypto, so you're just the guy I'm looking to talk to here. But Link I haven't done a dive into. I've taken a dive really deep into Ethereum, really deep into Bitcoin, really deep into VeChain. I've been looking at VeChain for 3 months before I finally pulled the trigger. And in that time it went from 9/10 of a cent a pop to when I finally get it was at 4 cents a pop. And yeah, so I know those two really well. I just have not taken the time to look into Link, what it does, what the benefits are of it, what differs it from anything else out there, right? Or what the project's goal is. So if you fill me in, that'd be awesome, Logan. Or if anyone else knows what's good with Link, that'd be great. Because I'm looking to help you guys learn, and I would love if you guys help me learn too. I'm always looking to learn new things. VeChain, the reason I'm in on that is because it's not a hedge against Ethereum. It's not a hedge against Bitcoin. It's a completely different project, and it's been around since that last bull rush. My full thought coming full circle before was when you saw the market take a shit and Bitcoin went from 19,500, Ethereum went from like right around 1,400, I think is like where it peaked at. Maybe it was like 1,250, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to find the old all-time high. Anyway, we saw 97% of the altcoins, these world-changing projects that really didn't have, when you're investing in an ICO or an altcoin, you're investing in the project itself. And, those coins are supposed to be used some way for the project, but 97% went belly up. And so even though I thought I was investing in the world's next big thing, I'm going to get rich because, look what would have happened if I got into Bitcoin or Ethereum at, less than $1 a pop. I'd be loaded right now. And that's still the case, obviously, but with those coins, every single one that I bought that everyone was high on, zeroed out. They were absolutely worthless today. I think the one that has the most value still is ICX. It's like Icon. I couldn't even tell you anymore what that project aimed to do, but that was a mistake I made. And so I was hesitant this time to get into another alt project, but VeChain has been around since that last bull rush of 2017, 2018. It survived the crash, and if this project is strong enough to survive that crash, it warrants your attention, right? And there's other projects out there that are like that too, which I would say that definitely warrants your attention. Look into it further. VeChain, though, it's not built based on smart contracts. It's not built on doing the same exact thing that Ethereum or Bitcoin aim to do. It's aiming to disrupt the supply chain industry as we know it. And not just one industry. JC, yes, welcome to the show, welcome to the stream, glad to have you here. We're going over crypto right now. I don't know if you like that at all, but we're just going to go over it for a little bit longer, and then we're going to switch back to the stock market, I promise. But right now, while the stock market's taking a shit, the crypto market is pumping. So That's been cool to see. We have some engagement in here too of people who actually know crypto, which is cool to talk about. So VeChain, they're aiming to disrupt supply chain as we know it, and there's a lot of issues with supply chain as an entirety. From anything from counterfeiting is a big problem in China, which is why this project is based in China, uh, and why China supports it as an entirety. Started by the ex-CEO of Louis Vuitton China, so he's been dealing with counterfeiting problems his whole career, I'm sure. Let me go look at VeChain's partnership list for you, because this is what really got me. VeChain partnerships. Their partnership list is out of this fucking world, guys. They let me before I dive into the partnerships, let me just finish my loose thoughts right now. What they do is they have their own technology. What links are working, or what you don't think what links are working, Logan? I'm gonna make you a moderator. I don't know if you sent any links in here. Give me a second, and then your links will show up once I make you a moderator. Okay, there you go. All right, there we go. So, where was I? Sorry. VeChain. Not only are they aiming to fix the counterfeiting issue that we see all around the world, not just not exclusive to Louis Vuitton or that kind of merchandise. It's everywhere in every industry. When you're looking at auto parts, there's a lot of counterfeit parts, and if I'm buying auto parts for something like BMW, I want to make sure I'm putting top of the line parts in my top of the line car, right? You don't want to be putting cheap knockoff parts in there that are going to break on you. So that's an issue, and what it does is they use RFIDs, which are not anything new. They've been around for almost a decade now, I think, to integrate with their software and allow you to track your products through every step of the supply chain, from creation to entering your shop, and then once it leaves your shop, you can still track it. So that's great for counterfeiting purposes. It's great if you're on like a grocery store or something. And the best example I like to use is like ice cream. Ice cream can only be held in certain temperatures, right? I don't know what the exact temperatures are, but you need to be holding it in, let's say, for example, it can't go in temperatures above 30 degrees or it'll start melting. And it can't be held in temperatures that are under 0 degrees. Otherwise, it's going to get, frost all over. It's going to get too cold. Those are straight out my ass, so to take those with a grain of salt. But it'll, with the RFIDs, not only can you track it through every step of the supply chain process, you can track the temperatures it's being held in. So if it knows that product's not supposed to be held or outside of that temperature threshold, it'll tell you your product is being held outside your temperature threshold. It's been held outside of it for this long so far. It'll give you an accurate time counter, so when it finally gets delivered, if your ice cream's all melted, you're going to know about it. You're not going to pay for that. And that's a huge problem for grocery store owners, not just ice cream, but like all products in general. Certain products in different industries too need to be held in certain temperature thresholds as well. So that's what VeChain software does. That's what VeChain's technology does. And that's exactly the reason why they've got this insane list of partnerships, which is what ultimately made me finally go, okay, I'm in. 3 months doing the research, learning about it, finally saw it, and I said, okay, I'm in. It's, I can send this link in here again for y'all, just so y'all have it. I'll look at that in 1 second, Logan. I appreciate you sending the links, brother. There you go. This insane though. This company does $2.5 billion a year, and they'll tell you over here what they're doing with them or how they're using VeChain, what the purpose of the partnership is. Whatever the case is, this company does almost $38 billion a year. This company doesn't say anything. Chinese companies, so they're going to have revenue for everything. Chinese government's backing them. They're not going to let them fail. The ones that stand out to me the most are BMW, using them. I used that loose example earlier. A lot of Chinese companies, more Chinese companies, more Chinese companies. That's okay though. And Walmart, China is using them for their retail. This list of partnerships is insane, and it only continues to grow. H&M. So I mean, I'll let you all go through there other than me rambling on about it. But that's why I love VeChain. That's why I'm in on it. My realistic price targets, I don't know if it's going to hit at this bull run. To be honest, guys, I'm looking for $1 or in the low end, $10 on the high end. You got 65 billion in circulation, so if you like pennies, you'll love this one. But I can realistically see it hitting $1. This is definitely, if it can successfully disrupt the supply chain sector as an entirety, it's going to be worth way more than $65 billion. It's, I think, going to be worth close to $1 trillion at that point. But even if it's $650 billion and it's worth $10 a coin, you can load up on a lot of coins right now, and that's what I love about it. It's high upside. I'm not risking a whole lot on it either, and it's been around. It's survived a crash before, so it's got that advantage over the other coins as well. I don't think they're going anywhere. So that's why I like VeChain. Alright, let me catch up in the chat. Let's see. Got 7 people in here, guys. We got 4 likes. Please, 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 if you appreciate the hard work that my boy TC has done to get us here so far. And now we're taking it one step further. We gotta get this channel rolling as well too. Please, 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 hit that like button for me. Appreciate y'all regardless. But I mean, it would mean the world to me if y'all could hit that like button. Also, we're going to be increasing production value over here pretty soon. As you can see, this is the office we're typically in right now. There's no green screen behind me anymore. I don't know if I'm going to keep the green screen there in the future. I do kind of like the real room vibe that this brings. And I kind of want to make like a little stream lab in here too, where it's got like cool lighting and whatnot. Only thing I got to deal with is this headache of a window right here that's got the light shining through on me. I don't need real light. I need artificial light. But yeah, that's what we got in store. We'll be improving the video quality and the sound quality as well. Hopefully starting as soon as next week. I've also got this being made for y'all so that if you guys want to see this sheet when I'm not streaming, which I know a lot of people have been asking about, I'm currently working on taking care of that for y'all. Let's see if I can pull it up so far. I'm going to change the formatting on here for y'all, but just so y'all know that I am working on it. It just takes some time because I needed to host it somewhere. I couldn't have everyone in the Google Sheet with me. It would just crash the sheet and make it kind of useless for me. We'll get the formatting figured out over here too. My web guy's on it. So yeah, it'll be on here. You'll make an account through my website. You'll log in over there, and then yeah, it'll look something like this when it's all said and done, so that y'all will always be able to see it, whether it's right now when I'm streaming or whether it's, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, wherever you're at. I know Savvy's across the pond in the UK, so it's always super late for him, and I appreciate you for tuning in every time, Savvy. You are the man. If y'all aren't following Savvy as well, Savvy's on Twitter. He's posted all the time. And this dude is, he's working on some stuff on his own as well, so I'm going to do whatever I can to help his hustle out, but the dude is grinding. He's consistent. So go give him a follow on Twitter if you haven't. Go give me a follow on Twitter if you haven't as well. My links are in the bio below, or in the description below. But yeah, that's what we're working on right now. I've got my web guys working on it with them, kind of how we're going to design this whole thing. But for right now, I'm going to keep it free, obviously. I've got no reason to charge anyone for it, just so you guys know, though, in the future, as website activity picks up, server space is a bitch. It costs a lot of money. So if it gets to the point where I need to buy or improve my servers, that's when I'm probably going to put a paywall down there where, you guys will never have to pay. but people from then on will probably have to pay. But the day ones, they don't ever have to pay me a single dollar. I appreciate you all being here. Okay. Let's see. Let me do Chainlink real quick, and then we can get back to, well, market selling off again. We'll take some more time on crypto. How about that, y'all? Please tell me you guys have your money in some safe plays right now. You know, my portfolio really hasn't been hit at all. Oh, okay, Savvy. I didn't even know that. Shoot me a follow on Instagram. I'll shoot you a follow back on there. TikTok, shoot me a follow on also. I don't really use TikTok, but I've got one. I'll shoot you a follow on there, and then YouTube. I'm not sure if I think I've subscribed to your channel, but if I haven't, I'll make sure I take care of that. Oh. Get off that. I'll get off that one. And then we'll do Chainlink. Okay. So if Link moved to ADA, that would be a red flag. JC, was it you that's been asking about Link for a while? I think it was you. Maybe it was... Yeah, I'm not trading options right now. That's why my portfolio has been chilling. See, Chainlink's decentralized Oracle network provides reliable, tamper-proof inputs and outputs for complex smart contracts on any blockchain. Okay, look at this picture. Bring it up for everyone over here. See, path to mainstream blockchain adoption. Initial problem, prevent double spending. Okay, solution. Okay, so I think that was Shirley Zhang. Shirley Zhang's been asking me about Link for a while, and I haven't had time to take a look yet. But now I'm taking a look, so I'm going to make sure I hit up Shirley in the Discord. Let her know. Let's see. Problem. Prevent double spending. Bitcoin, a community consensus mechanism. Nodes are incentivized to act honestly to maintain a common universal ledger system. Well put. Okay, digital money is awesome, but we need sophisticated contracts with programmable business logic. For example, a bond that pays out based on a preset schedule. Ethereum, an open software platform based on blockchain technology that enables developers to build and deploy decentralized applications using programmable smart contracts. Yeah, that's pretty spot on also. Let's see what they say about Link. Okay, but for real world use, 80% of all smart contract use cases, we need external data inputs to trigger the contract, e.g. did the package arrive, what's the cost of a barrel of oil, what was the rainfall location, and we need to be able to fulfill payments via legacy systems. Banks, PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, etc. Chainlink, the Chainlink network provides reliable, tamper-proof inputs and outputs for complex smart contracts on any blockchain using community consensus model for verifying external data where those validating stake their own collateral as an incentive to act honest. Okay. So isn't this very similar to Ethereum 2.0, Logan? Am I mistaken in thinking so? And I'm also probably going to have like a panel um, kind of capability that I'm gonna create on the stream for you guys too, to where, you know, any of y'all ever want to hop on here with me one day and we want to talk about something going on, we can do that. I think it's going to look a little bit cleaner than the Zooms that we used to do during that GameStop Mad Rush, which, I mean, those were fun. I'm just, you know, all about improving the quality of, you know, what we're putting out there for y'all. Um, so yeah, trying to give you guys the best value I can for free. But if you're interested in that, let me know, and I'll put together a, you know, panel kind of setup over here. So on certain days, you know, I can invite any of y'all on here, and obviously I'll be inviting people from outside the community as well to come on and talk. ePay and we just looked at those the other day, didn't we, Savvy? Yeah. So is Ethereum able to do that by itself, Logan? If Ethereum 2.0 is integrated correctly, because that's something that, I mean, I'm very interested in Link in that case. I mean, I'm not going to back out of Ethereum at all. You're saying I think Link is run on Ethereum's blockchain, correct? If I'm understanding you correctly. Um, because that's what I've been talking about on here. I'm not sure if you've been a part of those discussions or not. Uh, that's what makes me most excited about Ethereum's capability. Oh man, if you can find that link and send it in here, I would love to take a look at that for everyone. That metaphor that you're talking about. But the, the reason I see so much potential in Ethereum's blockchain is because one of the smart contract capability, and then you have companies like Link. I'm sorry, projects like Link that are creating these additional capabilities that will allow for smart contract capabilities to just be expanded upon. So um, the best way to think about it, like Logan's pointing out right now, is Kickstarter is the best example I've seen. You know, Kickstarter, GoFundMe, if you ever used one, when you create it, you've got your cause, and from there, you're going to say, okay, this is my cause. You know, I want to raise $1,000 on the street because little Jimmy down the street just broke his arm, and I want to have some sob story on there about little Jimmy. I want to raise $1,000 for him within the next 2 weeks, and I'm going to blast that link to all my friends. And when people contribute, it's under this binding agreement where if you raise $1,000 in 2 weeks, you know, through all these contributors, it's going to get that, you know, you're going to get $1,000 released to you that you can get to little Jimmy. If you raise only $999 in 2 weeks is up, every single person who contributed gets their money back. You didn't raise your goal, you didn't hit it, you didn't work hard enough to hit it, so you don't get it. And the person who makes sure that contract is acted on is, you know, GoFundMe or Kickstarter. You know, there's a lot of real world other real world scenarios like that, but that's what a smart contract is designed to do. And what Logan's explaining right now is that applied in more real life or real world situations, such as that with like Kickstarter, where you don't need that company in between, right? It's probably cheaper to pay their fees, or, you know, to use their product, than it would be to pay um, another actual company or a person in the middle. And the most exciting use case for this is in derivatives trading. And I'm sure Logan's read up on this as well. Uh, Derivatives, you know, things that we're all familiar with, I'm sure, options, futures, forwards, you know, anything in the stock market that, or any asset, I should say, commodity, any commodity that can be uh, traded on a contractual basis, where it's like your contract that you're buying, you know, you buy a call option, my asset's going to hit $100 by April 4th, and I'm going to pay this premium. If it hits $100 by April 4th, I get 100 shares for $100 if I so choose. If it doesn't, you get my premium, and that's the end of the deal. So you need to have someone in the middle. In this case, it's the clearinghouse that ensures that everyone is going to fulfill their end of the bargain, that they're qualified to as well. So people can't open up contracts or sell contracts unless they're qualified to, and they make sure of that. They set margin requirements and whatnot as well. And basically, they've got like $100 billion fund sitting back there to where if the person that we allowed to open up this contract with you, you hit your call option, price is at $200 right now, you said it would be $100, and all of a sudden they can't give you 100 shares. They can't afford it at $200 a pop. They were selling, naked calls. That's our fault. Here's your money. Now we're gonna go get our money from them, and have a good day. It instills certainty within the market. Yeah, derivatives market cap is insane, and if that got brought to the Ethereum network, and you need Ether to fuel the network for the blockchain to run it all, us people sitting on the Ethereum or the Ethereum supply are going to be making bank. If you bring trillions of dollars of activity to the market, there's billions of dollars in derivatives trading activity every single day currently. So that's the most excited I am, because if you can knock out the clearinghouse because you have this technology that automatically lets people open up derivatives that they are qualified to open, that people are certain is going to back them if the other person for some reason cannot pay. I mean, they won't let you open it up in the first place, so you can't actually cover it. But it knocks out the middleman, and the middleman charges a fee too. So any system that can successfully knock out the middleman from anything always typically wins out. And if this technology can do that, it's going to be cheaper to fuel your transactions through this technology than it will be to pay a real person or a real company what they're owed. If they got $100 billion fund that backs people's money, why do you think they have that? Because they're probably making fucking bank over there in transaction fees. So yeah, I'm gonna have to look a little bit further into Link independently, Logan, but that's got me really excited that there's products out there that are aiming to do just that. They're aiming to do or build the capabilities for just that, I should say. Yeah, that is awesome stuff. That's what's got me most excited about Ethereum, though. So now I'm kind of excited about Link. I'm going to have to look a little bit further into it, and maybe I'll jump in as well. If they do jump ship the ADA Cardano, though, that is going to be a huge red flag. Let's see. I'm going to try to find this vending machine thing you're talking about, Logan. I use Binance, JC. There's a few other platforms out there that I've heard people like a lot. One of them is Uniswap that I've been seeing a lot recently. Sushi is another one that I just heard of today. My buddy Preston, one of my college buddies, he's been in crypto for a long time, and he's been a big crypto bull for a long time. So he led the blockchain club at the University of Texas for 2 years, I believe. And he may have led it until he graduated, but he's super, super smart guy. He said sushi. I'll have to check out sushi. But I use Binance currently. Let's see if we can find this vending machine. Mystic, in other words, once long to determine very specific outcomes, no arguments, no pleading, no exceptions, very difficult to change them. Alright, for a metaphor, imagine a vending machine. When you insert coins, the machine pushes out the drink. If you don't pay the full price, nothing happens. If you pay too much, the machine spits out your change. And if you don't like it, tough luck. You can smack the machine all you want, but it will get you nowhere. Smart contract is a lot more complex than a vending machine, of course, but it's also driven by predetermined code. Yeah, that's pretty spot on too. Yeah, I would imagine there can't be too many other vending machine smart contract analogies out there, but I like that. I've never seen that until now. Let's see. Oh. I'll send this out real quick. Alright, let's get back to it. Alright, what do we want to talk about over here? I think Savvy has something he brought up. ePay we looked into. Oh, you think it's QILL. Let me catch back up there. QELL, okay. Oh, I have seen this one. Lillian, okay. I need to find a way for me to save these links for myself. Lexi, what is going on? I'm gonna go to Slack and send it to myself in Slack. Thank you, Savvy. Appreciate you as always, my friend. Alright. Exit out this one now. You buying right now, Brogan? What are you buying? By the way, Brogan, thanks for coming out last night. Really loved seeing you in there. Would have loved to got you on the panel as well talking. If you want to ever talk in the future and you show up, I hope you enjoyed your time in there in the first part, but come again. We do this every Wednesday, 9:15 Central. Raise your hand if you want to say anything, and I'll call you up there right away. But every time I was inviting people, everyone was kind of like shooing me away. Like, I just want to sit here and listen. And I'm totally cool with that too. So in the future, if you have anything you want to add, or if you even want to just ask a question and you don't want to talk, throw it in the Discord. We got a Discord channel as well. I appreciate that, Brogan. Yeah, we'd love to have you back. We're kind of debating what we're going to talk about next week. For those of you unfamiliar, I don't know if any of y'all know Clubhouse. I have a club in there that we do every week, just called Teach Us Something Cool, right? So we got people from, all of our networks, and we got people from outside our networks coming in now too, coming in just talking about whatever our topic is. So, we talked about Bitcoin, we've talked about space. I just love learning. We talked about the looming market crash, as an entirety last night for an hour and 15 minutes. It goes from 9:15 to 10:30 p.m. And yeah, just basically any cool topic you can think of. So right now we're kind of in between a couple topics. One of them is Japan in the 1980s, us exploring a little bit further. So that might be what we talk about next week. We're going to vote on that later today, so we have some time to look into it ourselves, learn some things, develop our own questions, and really have a discussion on things, right? We want to have kind of debate-driven discussion where not everything's going to be super one-sided or just whoa with facts. That's kind of how space was just like, what? That exists? Let's see, about to load AONE, it's at 1060, ARKK is eating, shares up from the 12s for the day, okay. Around 3D printing, one of the best in personal experience. I've got one on my radar, but Robinhood takes so long to transfer funds from Robinhood to E-Trade. A couple of specs went over yesterday are what I'm looking at. I'm probably going to buy warrants on them. Wish I could buy them today. Savvy, is this been announced yet? Okay. Yeah, I think I found it actually. Maybe. No. Japan in the 1980s would be a dope topic, right? They're eerily similar to what we're going through right now. I don't know enough about it to speak on it. My buddy Preston, he knows a little bit more about it. I got a documentary I'm going to watch on it and see if I can catch up to him. But, it's some really cool stuff. Or I shouldn't say cool, really scary stuff. If it if we would ever go through what Japan went through in the 1980s. You know, they lost an entire decade because of that. So could be real bad. Well, they're not just an EV company, right? They're like a flight company, like a commercialized. See, I don't see an investor presentation anywhere. Yeah, exactly. All right, folks, we got 8 people in here right now. Appreciate you all for being here right now as well. Please, 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 if you haven't already, we only have 4 likes. We got a 50% clip right now. We got to get to a 100% clip. If you could please just move your thumb if you're on your phone. If you're on your computer, you can just move your mouse a little bit and just smash the little thumbs up button. And if we can get to 8 likes, that'd be dope. If not, no worries, guys. No worries, no worries. But would love if we can get to 8 likes. Would be dope. Would be dope. Would be tight. In the meantime, I'm going to start looking for this investor presentation. Ooh, talking about space. Did you guys see SpaceX's launch yesterday? Or their third test? The first 2 were a disaster, but um, yeah, they landed their rocket, which was awesome. I'm a huge Elon fan. I'm not finding an investor presentation anywhere, Savvy. If you can find an investor presentation, I'd love to go over the company. I just can't find one right now. A like does cost nothing. I love the way you put that, Savvy. It means more than you guys would even imagine. Guys and gals, don't mean to segregate over here. Let me invite Angela here. All right. JC, I see your question. Or I see that last thing you just typed right now, but I've not seen anything else come through. Try it again, and if it doesn't come through, just message me in the Discord, and I can bring it in here. I'm not sure why I wouldn't be going through though. I'm opening that link right now, Savvy. asking if there's a major difference between various crypto platforms. There's not a major difference, from my understanding. Transaction fees are always going to be. Look at Coinbase. I think is the easiest to use. That's where I started. But transaction fees on Coinbase are kind of absurd um, compared to something like Binance and I think Uniswap, and then Sushi. I'll have to check out also. I think they have lower transaction fees as an entirety. Oh yeah, we same page there. Trouble in the neighborhood. Um, it's just a whole SPAC. I don't want to call it a bubble, but it's like everyone's got a SPAC. It's the hot new thing now to have a SPAC, and all of them are growing through the roof. And I keep telling people, I talked about it last night. Brogan was there for it. There's a lot of great SPACs out there that no one's even noticing. Because they're all captivated by these ones that look like they think are the future, and they're all being built up on speculative growth with nothing holding it up. Right? There are these essential shells of companies that aren't profitable, aren't bringing in money currently. Like pre-revenue companies are the worst culprits of this. Nothing wrong with the space companies. If you want to invest in space, I love space myself. I think it's super interesting. A lot of those space companies aren't generating revenue right now either, though. And they're getting driven up to like 20, 30, or in CCIV's case, $66 was where they peaked at before a deal was ever officially announced, before anyone accounted for the fact that they were pre-revenue still. When you get emotionally involved in it, you get a lot of people who are shooing people like me, the rational people in the world, the ones who gotta give it to you straight because I don't know any other way, and I let people give it to me straight too. Like, if I suck, tell me I suck so I can get better. If you don't tell me I suck, I hate the people who tell me I'm, or who just hype me up the entire time. They're great to have around, but they don't help you grow. And with companies too, when you see your friends that are investing in these shells of companies that aren't generating revenue at all, they're getting terrible valuations. These funds that are bringing them public are setting, the public investors who are investing in just the SPAC shell currently, they're setting them up for failure. I thought a lot of these deals are negotiating terribly. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Brogan. But yeah, they're just sitting there and having to watch your friends just lose money in companies that, like, me, I'm not an expert investor by any means. Online marketer. Remember that. Uh, but I like to think I know a thing or two, and I'm watching them, all their money get pissed away in these companies that I've told them for months now are worthless companies that aren't generating anything. I'm like, this is a really cool idea. Or I said Lucid was a great company, or I think they're a really cool company, but they're not a $92 billion company, which is what their value was at $57 a share once the merger terms came out. Um, that's fucking insane for a pre-revenue company. Even 15 billion in just the public SPAC that we're buying into, 15 billion before any merger terms were announced. That adjusts to 92 billion, but that's insane for a pre-revenue company. You would never, ever, ever see that if you were running an investment fund, which is like how I try to look at these companies when I invest in them. This is my fund. I need to protect not only my money, I need to protect my investors' money as well. In this case, my investors are just me. But if you think like that, if you think like I'm not gambling out here, I'm out here trying to find great companies that no one else is noticing yet. Because when they do get noticed, they're generating a ton of revenue. Like, I'm about to get in some SPACs next week probably now because I have to wait for Robinhood to send my money over to E-Trade. There's some great companies out there that are just going very, very overlooked right now. And your investors would love to hold a piece of those ones. Because those ones, when the market crashes, all the companies built up on speculative growth that have nothing else holding them up besides that, the stock price is going to shoot way down. A lot of them are going to go belly up. Put it bluntly. So, just my thoughts on the SPAC situation we have right now. There's a lot of SPACs coming out, which makes it even more important to really sharpen your acumen, sharpen your sword, and go learn how to identify a good one from a bad one. that's going to get built. Like there's short-term gains and the ones built up on hype, and you see what happens. Just as quickly as they climb, they fall even quicker. I don't even want to see what they're at right now. What did I tell y'all? Brogan, I think you know. I think Savvy knows. I think JC knows. I think Trouble in the Neighborhood knows. I think everyone in here might already know. When this started taking a shit, when the terms came out, I told y'all this is gonna fall down to about $15 to $20 is where I see it finally settling, and everyone in there who's losing their ass is telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. But I promise y'all, even though I'm an online marketer, I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. Not everything that comes out of my mouth is complete nonsense. But nothing personal there. When you love a company, I think Lucid's a fine company. They're not worth what they're valued at still, but they're a fine company. When you love a company, your emotions get involved, and it's the most toxic trait I have. With my previous girlfriends, they always love when I do this too. And you know, they're acting irrationally, they're getting emotional. I tell them that when your emotions go up, your intelligence go down, because they start saying things that they don't mean, that they would never say, that they're just trying to hurt you, or they're just trying, you know, to make you feel how upset they're feeling, essentially. When when you get emotionally attached to a company, the same thing can be said. It's just ethos, pathos, logos. You know, when you enhance one of those, the others have to give away. So when your emotions go up, your intelligence, your logic, part of your brain goes down. You're not acting rationally. You're not thinking rationally. You're not making decisions that you would when you're completely rational, right? So, you know, those days when CCIV took a shit, I understand what people are saying. You don't know what you're talking about. This is going right back up. But this is just a temporary sell-off. It's pump fake. It's just for your paper hands. It's not. The logic adds up. We know the terms now, and the company's not worth that. So that's what happened. Long term will always win. Yeah, I've never been long Tesla strictly for the sake of Tesla. It's always been strictly for the sake of, because I've been long Tesla since 2014, right? Never bought in, didn't have money to buy in, but in the corner saying you're not going to bet against Elon. This guy is a winner. He's a proven winner. He's brilliant. He's not going to lose at what he does. Do I think they're worth what they're trading at today? No, I don't, by any means. You know, that's going to be a steep fall. When the market crashes finally, that one's going to come tumbling down, and I don't want to be there for that fall. But there are some gains to make in the short term. Uh, but I'm never going to bet against Elon, right? I'm always going to bet on Elon. So in the same, if you want to compare Lucid to Tesla, and they're trying to give them the same analogy, Tesla does way more besides just electric vehicles, as we all know. That's always the case I've made for them too. They don't have Elon on their team, and they're trying to go head to head against Elon. And I don't care if the Saudis have all the money in the world. You're not going to beat Elon head to head, and I'm sure as hell not going to bet on you to beat Elon head to head, because that's a waste of my fucking money. So that is my thoughts on it. When I have a choice to buy a Model S, or I have a choice to spend 170 grand on Lucid's car that doesn't exist yet, I'm probably gonna spend my money on Tesla's Model S. It's cheaper, and yeah, I know Lucid has a little, you know, fuel competitive advantages here and there. Tesla will catch up to them. They're Tesla for a reason, and Elon is Elon for a reason. Let's see. By the way, I warned y'all ahead of time. This channel is going to be my raw thoughts. I don't swear on the other channel because that's TC's wishes. It's a family show over here. Here you getting raw, authentic Mike, where, you know, I do swear. I'm a real person, so I hope that doesn't offend anyone. Um, all fun and games over here, but I did give y'all a fair warning. Hope you guys can accept me for being me. Let's see. Well, you know, the dividend ETF set up as an experiment that pays an average 8% in dividends is up. That's awesome, Savvy. Logan learned that lesson the hard way with Clean Spark. Which one? The buying with emotion. Scott Favorite, great to see you here, my friend. How are you? How the heck are you, Scott? JC, let me make you a moderator too so we can avoid these issues in the future. Where some of your comments don't come through for whatever reason. Like if you include links in any of your comments, those won't typically go through. But now that you're a moderator, they should go through. All right. Stock market is not transfer wealth from the impatient to the patient. Patience pays every time. 225 shares at $6.50 to $10 range, sold around 10 because it wasn't moving. Then I was almost sold laser at $10.50 for a loss because I got it at 11 because I was just sitting for a month and it hadn't moved and everyone else was making money. And then all of a sudden, when I was, it starts moving, it goes to like 14, and then it just skyrockets to the 20s. It got up to like 44 bucks, sitting in the 20s right now. But I like laser, like I like Luminar for a lot of reasons. Peter Thiel backing it since 2012. Anything that touches PayPal Mafia, I like to be a part of. That's why I like Palantir also. I'm just not invested in it. At some point, I like to think I will be. I'm just looking at their earnings, though. I'm just trying to follow along with that. Anything that touches PayPal Mafia, though, I love it. Can't get enough of it. Open Door, same deal. There's another company I saw recently that had someone that was like very... Oh, this podcast I listen to, All In, is with my boy Shamath. You guys know I love Shamath. Big fanboy. He's got that with a few of his billionaire buddies, or multi-millionaire buddies. His poker buddies. And they have, cool guests on there, well-educated people. You get to hear what the moguls talk about, which is awesome. But David Sachs, I just found out the other day. He's uber successful guy, but he's part of PayPal Mafia too. I just found that out. So I love him even more now. That's an awesome podcast if you guys are looking to learn. I am still holding laser. Yes. Trouble in the neighborhood. I'm going to start calling you Trouble right now for short. But yes, Trouble, I am still holding laser. We're not going to see the true revenue growth of that company until 2023. That's when a lot of their partnerships come into effect. They've got over 50 partnerships already and counting. But that's when they're going to be in all of, I think 2022 actually. Yeah. 2022 they'll be in Volvo's entire fleet powering their self-driving software. And that's going to be awesome to see for revenue reasons, obviously. But people are finally going to get some exposure to what Luminar's technology can do. And even though I love Elon, I love Tesla, their self-driving technology blows Tesla's self-driving technology out of the fucking water. So I think that's the future. I think we all know that self-driving cars will be, the future. It's just a matter of what tech's going to get us there. And I think best case scenario for me is a company like Tesla or Tesla rival, rather than spend all the time and energy. Ooh. Angela, thanks for stopping in. I'm making you a moderator before you can leave. Give me a like too, please, if you haven't already. Please toss me a subscription, Angela, if you haven't already. Appreciate your support. Always love seeing you in here and chatting with you whenever you have time. For those of you who don't know Angela somehow, Angela is the GOAT. Yeah, I think best case scenario for me is or any laser holders, Luminar, is a company tries to come around and rival Tesla. Could be Lucid maybe, and they don't want to spend all the time and money that it takes to develop self-driving software themselves. So they go out and they make an acquisition, or they merge, right, with a company such as Luminar, who provides that software, who's already spent, in this case, almost 9 years now developing the software, highly complex software. That can get plugged into any of their vehicles, and yeah, that might be a best case scenario for me because they're not going to acquire them for cheap. It'll be a good acquisition, and my shares will be paying me back way more than I paid for them initially. My investors are going to love me that day. Okay, so we don't have an official announcement on the Liam yet, Savvy. from what I was seeing in the news, it's just like they're nearing it. They're getting closer and closer. So as soon as that does officially get announced, let me know so I can start looking for the investor presentation and we can start adding to this fact sheet. As far as SPACs go, guys, here is the one that I'm investing in. I hate that I can't. It's part of the public good. I need to at least inform y'all on it before I make the move, even though I can't make the move yet. So if you guys run up the price on me, I'm gonna be ticked. RMGB is the one I'm probably going to be investing in heavily next week once my money hits my account. Number one renewable energy company in India is massive. India needs efficient energy sources. They don't have enough resources right now for 1 billion people. So they're already making $700 million. They're valued at almost $8 billion. They're owned, almost half of them are owned by Goldman Sachs currently, of the company, since 2011. These revenue projections too, as a value investor, I call myself the only 25-year-old value investor in the world. Who's after Kathy right now, Angela? You can't just come in here scaring us like that and not fill us in more. I gotta talk to my dad after this too. He is heavily invested in ARK right now. That's his play money. That's none of his clients' money. As a value investor, though, you're always looking for intrinsic value. And so the way intrinsic value, the best way to think of it, straight from Warren Buffett, right? You know, where is it at right now? Where's the company at right now? Where do we see it growing to? How soon do we see it growing to there? And how confident are we that it's going to grow to that point? Right? So when they've got when they've got their 2021 revenue, or their 2020 revenue was almost $700 million. Their 2021 revenue is estimated to be right under $700 million, $699, so slightly up from 2020. 100% of that's committed already. 2023 revenue. It's supposed to be, was this 2021? Yeah, 2021. 2023 revenue is supposed to be $1.3 billion. 1.2 of that is already fully committed. Then in 2025, so within the next 5 years, we're growing to almost a $2 billion company. How confident can we be that it's actually going to grow and these projections are going to come to fruition compared to any of the other companies throwing projections out their ass for investors' sake? Well, 1.3 billion of that, almost $2 billion 5-year growth is already 100% committed. So I am very, very confident they're going to grow to where they say they are. And they're telling us, this company bringing them public, this is Jamal Fed Pipe, by the way. I think Angela has a bone to pick with Jamal, if I remember correctly. I might be mistaken though, but they're saying they're worth $8 billion on paper. Because of the debt that they have as a company. Once they get, this investment fuel, essentially, when this merger completes, their equity value on the pro forma is still only $4.37 billion. And this was at $10.18. I did this yesterday. If you updated this, let's do this. Let's see what their post-merger adjusted market cap is going to be today. It was at like 10.06 earlier. 10.07. Okay. Go back up. And this was 10:30 was the close yesterday. Market cap is 434.48. Okay. So you have a post-merger adjusted market cap of $4.25 billion, which is even below the equity value, which is half of what they're saying the company is really worth, the enterprise value. like, to me, this is a no-brainer investment. So I'm going to go load up on warrants on it, to be honest. That's why I'm waiting for the money to transfer to E-Trade. Love you guys too much for being here. It's where I'm going to even give you guys the opportunity to buy it up before I ever get in, if you guys so want to. But if you guys don't buy it, that'd be even better for me, so I can get in before the price does run up, because this is a great company. A lot of intrinsic value here. I'm very confident in it. This is a very conservative compound annual growth rate compared to, if you go through here, look at all the compound annual growth rates you'll see on all these other companies. 340%, 100%. 21 is conservative, 44 is conservative, 68 is even maybe conservative. But you've got them like in the hundreds that I've been seeing recently. That's a lot of the space companies. So that is my next move. That'll be getting added to my portfolio next week. Great names attached. Chamath led the pipe here. Not through his fund, obviously. It's his private investment. Goldman Sachs, as I said, has been invested since 2011. They own 48.6% of the company. It's a billion person country. If you can own that country, typically you don't have that opportunity. They're not an open market. So like outside people or people who aren't Indian or India citizens, they can't go start companies there. They can't become majority owners of another company, or I'm sorry, of an Indian-owned company. So I don't know how Goldman Sachs pulled that off, but they did. They own 48.6% of it, and it's a billion-person country that desperately needs efficiency when it comes to resources now. So, yeah, I like this company a lot. There's the other investors. Like I said, this is going to be hosted on my website. I'm hoping if I can really pull it off. You know, I've got Open Doors investor call coming up at 4 o'clock here, so I'm going to hop off at 1 o'clock Central, hop back on at 3:30 Central for Open Doors investor call. If y'all want to join in and listen in with me, and catch up and chat. Bitcoin's falling again. I told you, we're gearing up for something, but it feels like, looking at the charts, we need a little bit more consolidation. Then we'll go for our run, really. I'm happy that I haven't panic sold anything throughout this market correction. The only positions I closed were ones that were in profit and moved profits into long-term holdings. I liquidated my ride holding. I probably should have liquidated sooner, but I'm using that to, like, those earnings to buy into RMGB next week. 10-year is up, no surprise. These are mad because their lending is now meaning less money. It's up. If ARK's getting targeted, think who is next? Chamath, big target, Musk. Why are they forcing Kathy, or who is forcing Kathy to liquidate? Oh. Got you. Okay, Angela. Catching up in chat now, so forgive me. How do I feel about JMI? I say it comes down to the $20, $30 range. I might have to start a position. Just be careful out there. Good luck. Let it fly low. Thank you, JC. Let me open this link really quick. I swear, if you guys ever send me that big black cock gif or meme, done. Moderator privileges are revoked. But in the meantime, I will blindly open up the links you send me. I looked at the inflation levels yesterday while we were doing our show, and I'll pull it up for y'all. So, like, during the show, we have a Discord where I just basically send throughout there links on things that we're talking about. So we talked about the inflation, or current inflation, and no one really knew what the current inflation rate was, and it's actually relatively low compared to where I thought it was at. I think it's even lower than it was same time last year, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. 2.5% last January. We're at 1.4% right now. This is where you saw the market crash happen, right in this range. Dipped down to 0.3, 0.1, 0.6. Start pumping more money into the economy. Now we're at 1%. But then my buddy Preston just told me yesterday too that the Fed is not publishing anymore how much money is being printed right now, which is very shady. I haven't looked too far into that yet though. But that's where our inflation's at right now. All right. Yeah, this is a great time to buy because I don't think inflation is really that big of an issue right now. As big of an issue as I thought it was even a week ago. Let's see. Let it fly. Thank you, JC. Bogan, you got into JMI at 6. Got out 60 because it had the whole year's growth in 1 month. Only one way to go. Went into OZON, Russia's Amazon. Now JMI is looking very attractive as a re-entry. I love that, Savvy. It's like it worked out in your favor. Trouble-In's already got RMGB. I'm going to be joining that train with you. Save a seat. One of the seats up for me, though. This is already up 3 cents since I talked about it, guys. I told you, you got to chill. I need time to get in. I need my money to count. Savvy, let me mention those again. Been big plays on the sector. Savvy, well done. Carving out positions in Palantir and CleanSpark. JMI is on my watch list after Powell's speech. This correction might still be happening by my next paycheck. That's gonna be the best. If this correction can go for like a month or so, that would be awesome. It's gonna wean out a lot of the fake money in the market for at least a temporary portion of time. It's gonna allow us real investors, long-term investors, to scoop up all of these shares, a fraction of the price that they were before, and then people are going to say the market's back, and then the people are going to come rushing back into the market again because they just got newfound money in their new stimmies, and they're getting free tendies, so we want to go make more tendies with those, and they're going to help pump our stocks all the way back up because they're still going to love those companies. They just are afraid of losing their money right now. That's why I hope it stretches out for a month so that we can all continue acquiring more wealth and buying more assets, loading up our existing positions even more for a fraction of what we would otherwise if the market continued to run. And then when everyone re-enters the market, it's going to push all of our money up too. All right, let's see. Okay. All right, what do you guys want to go over next? I'm going to go over JMAI, shall we? Yeah, that's my motto, Logan, is that you can't take an L if you never sell. Someday it'll bite me in the ass, but it hasn't so far. Yeah, that's the best thing Bezos could have done, is, stick around at least, even if it's temporarily. But you need to groom the new CEO of what it really means to be Amazon's CEO. This is like Africa's Amazon. Oops. Let me pull this over here to my screen just so I can get these numbers in here real quick. Can y'all see the spreadsheet well enough right now too? Are the numbers big enough? Give me a 1 in the chat if the numbers are big enough. See, thank you, Scott. I appreciate that, my friend. Let's see. So you guys know why experience is so important here. You know, when you're investing, who is our team? Who's driving our ship forward? You need to have the experience. You said he was, part of AWS or the head of AWS. Have a good day, Logan. Great seeing you here, my friend. I will see you tomorrow. Great talking crypto. Let's talk more in Discord. But yeah, that's why they made him the new CEO. That's someone investors can get behind. Let me get the most recent stock price. 37.68. Closed yesterday at 41.82. Market cap of $3 billion. Alright, how about our total assets? Let's find our most recent report. Make sure if you guys haven't already, if you haven't hit the like button, please do that. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. Please smash that subscribe button. And please, if you haven't already, ring the little bell and subscribe button so that you can get notified every time your boy goes live and is making money up in here. Or if I drop a new video, I'm probably going to start dropping some SPAC videos with companies I like, such as Renew Energy. Or if you missed the stream, you can go just watch those at your leisure. I'll be a little bit more organized too in my thoughts. But yeah, please hit that already, because in the meantime, the only way I can remind you guys that I am live when I go live is by messaging in the Discord, and I don't want to keep annoying everyone forever. Oh, you know what? They're not even going to have a 10K or anything, because they're headquartered in Germany. Let's see if they've got financial reports. Jumia Technologies. Okay, so I don't know what 6K is. Let's see. just have a bunch of quarterly filings. Oh, this is gonna be such a nightmare. I gotta transfer. Oh my god. Oh, I gotta convert everything from euros, but I'll do it for you guys. Just so you guys know I love y'all. I will take the time to do it. So y'all know I'm not lying. We gotta do this all from thousands of euros, so it's gonna be like one extra step. Alright. Total assets. End of the current period. This is for Q4. Oh my god, they have it fucking backwards too. Holy shit. Okay. End of Q4 2020. So this is literally ending December 31st, 2020. I want to see if they have any annual filings that came out in the meantime. I don't think they did, though. They do not. That's okay. So let's do this. Let's dive in. Alright, so we did 300, we got 355, 12921, 123, 355 million in total assets. Previous year end, we were sitting at 297 million. There's your difference. We've gone in the right direction by almost $60 million. Our liabilities, we are looking at, these numbers are all going to change too, so maybe I should just type once we convert them to the US dollar. Debt to asset ratio looks healthy. That's not going to change. Current assets. Very healthy liquidity. Anything above 1.2 there is healthy. Higher it goes, the better typically. If it gets too high, that's where it becomes subjective, so I don't really ever talk about that. Like you can see this is 8.2. They're not using their liquid assets, so like they're not using their cash, if you're an investor, the right way to grow the company even more so that you can make more money as an investor. So that's going to be different from investor to investor as to what's too high in their eyes, so we'll leave that out of here. 2.75 is more than okay. Alright, total stockholder equity, awesome, is 100, nope, 224. Previous period it was 182, 574. Do we have any preferred shareholders in here? Don't believe we do. Alright, we do not, so that's good. Now let's go look at our revenue. What's different about these? This is consolidated. Yeah, maybe. Oh my god, please don't tell me they're going to hide net rate income from us too. 2020. Revenue. Also in thousands of euros. We're going to convert all of these. Yay. Looking at 41,761, 123. Previous year, same period, 49,276, 123. Net income was a loss. Of 6,932,123. Previous year, same period, we lost 63,591, 123. Same over here. This is year to date for the current year. So let's take we're losing money over here, but let's take a look at what that does for the profit margin. Is the profit margin increasing in our favor or still getting worse? We'll know below. Profit margin current year is negative 112%. Yikes. But that's heading in the right direction. You can see year to date for the full year in 2019 it was negative 142%. Full year in 2020 it was negative 115%. Amazon dealt with very similar problems as they were scaling up. Those are the true growth companies. It requires a lot of capital to run them and grow them to a level of scale that's going to make you, highly profitable as soon as you turn the lever off. Let me put this report in there really quick, and then we're going to start converting numbers. Okay. Actually, let's go find some shares first. I can't stand these foreign reports just because they're never formatted correctly. You gotta go through conversions on them, and they never seem to have all the information that we would typically get on any real SEC filing. So I'm struggling to find the number of outstanding shares right now. That's what's taking so much time. Let's see if I can do a control find. Alright. See if I can do this. Show me outstanding shares. Savvy, you're lucky I love you. I'd be real ticked that I had to do this right now. I need a little bit of challenge to get my brain moving. $89.63 million. Okay. Okay, so we need to now go back and change all these numbers down here to, or from Euro to USD for the numbers to calculate correctly. Oh, JMI was for Logan. All right, Savvy, you're lucky I love you anyway. All right. Making some good headway through here, I think. Oh. I appreciate that, Savvy. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for noticing my Twitter name. Yes, Michelangelo. It's not my real name. But maybe someday I'm either going to legally change it or my firstborn son will be Michelangelo. And if I have a daughter, it will be Maya Angel Low. Alright, so once I get these all finished being imported, I'm going to go ahead and look over them one more time now in US dollars and gather my thoughts on it, give you guys my thoughts, and then I will be ending the stream for right now and be back at 3:30 for the open door investor presentation, or investor call, sorry. Catch my breath, we're so close, but yet so far away. Oh, yikes. Oh god, you cracked me up, Savvy. Last one. Oh my god, this is awesome. Boom. Okay. Oh, this is not right. What's being pulled here? Oh no, don't make me open up the sheet again. This is right, I remember that, I think. Oh, maybe I never changed this one. Yeah, that's the number that's wrong. Okay, give me a second. Okay, so revenue there. 37 is this one. 31, this one, okay. So this is really that's the real number. But now I need to go convert this again into USD, and then this will be the last one, and everything should be good. Boom. Okay. There we go. Now that all looks fine. So, same numbers down here. The ratios will never change either. Yep, 0.37, 2.75. Great. Now let's go look at our true book value per share of $2.99, which if you guys don't know still, I've got it over here, for future reference, but book value per share is just taking your total shareholder equity, our number down here, and then you subtract the preferred shareholder equity. In this case, it's $0. For a lot of companies, it's $0 also, but they'll specify if it's not. And then you divide that outcome by the number of outstanding shares, which is 89.63 million shares. This is a book value per share of $2.99, which tells us that the current stock price at $37.68 is trading. What is going on here? Come on, get it together. There. Okay. So that tells us that $37.68, it's trading at 12.5 times the book value. In my eyes, as a value investor, that typically means that this company is currently either fully priced or overpriced. So even at $37.68, it might be a great opportunity. I love where they're heading. As a value investor, I'm staying away. But if you believe in the future of this company, which if they can successfully become the Amazon of Africa, and they just really need to focus on improving their. Geez, come on, I need to cut off a lot of these rows. A little bit more. They need to focus on continuing to improve their profit margins, which they have been doing this year. Yeah, they got to achieve profitability for sure. That's also what I'm watching for on the open door call today. See how their profit margin looked at the end of their first public quarter, because we haven't really seen what their true profit margins are. All we see is EBITDA and gross profit margin and their gross profits, and that's not what we want. We want the bottom line. We want to make sure that they're increasing their revenue every quarter and every year. We saw last year it was a down year. It was a down year for a lot of companies, so I'm not super worried, but just keep an eye out for that. If you do hop back into Jumia, you want to make sure that this number up here is going to be higher than this number down here, so that you're not left with the red. And same goes for the year to date. Their annual, they did 167 million compared to almost doing 200 million the year before. So you want their next report for their Q1 2021, which should come out relatively soon, I'm assuming. I really don't want to do that one again, but if I'm not super busy and it does come out and you bring it to my attention, I'll definitely take care of that for any of y'all who are considering investing in the company or currently invested in there as a token of my appreciation for you. But myself, I don't like it. They are liquid. They're not financing on debt. They're financing more on shareholder equity, which is what you want to see. So when the economy finally does come crumbling down and the debt collectors come calling because they need to pay their bills too and their people aren't paying them, typically they owe debts also, they're going to come calling these companies, and if we're not liquid, we can't pay them. And if we're financing mostly on debt, which would be above 0.5 here, so it's 0 to 1, anything above 0.5 is financing mostly on debt, below 0.5 is financing mostly on equity. The closer it is to 1, the more risky the investment is seen, because when the debt collector comes calling, if you can't pay them, you're in trouble. And anything above 1 is an insolvent company. That's where you'll see the shareholder equity is in the red. Yeah. Notes. Fully priced, or maybe valued. Boom. I think Open Door is falling with everything. I think that it could be a bad earnings report coming up. I'm going to be doing the this is for Babushka 91. If you haven't already, Babushka, please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel because at 3:30 Central Time today, I will be streaming the Open Door investor call. I've already got a seat ready for that one. So I'll be doing their Zoom meeting, and you guys can hear from the executive team themselves what's going on with Open Door. They might enlighten you as why the price is falling. It could just be falling because all the other companies are, all the other companies are falling in the stock market right now too, as we continue going through a correction period. So, something to keep an eye out, or an ear open for, I should say. I'll have a better idea after the call today as to if we had a really bad earnings report, that could be the reason for it, or if our earnings are fine, then it would just be accounted to what the rest of the market's doing right now. A lot of companies are dumping, but Open Door for me, I got it in. If I were to execute on all my warrants, I'm in at $16, so I'm still up a lot of money on them, and I on the next rush up, I think Open Door is going to smash through $40 if everything goes according to plan. So I'm cool with what it's at today, though. But ARK also, yeah, ARK is getting squeezed right now by the other suits. I don't know exactly what they're doing. I'll have to look further into it, but yeah, I'm not too worried. But Babushka 91, if you want to see what's going on with Open Door with the rest of us, we'll be watching that starting at 3:30 today. The investor call starts at 4 o'clock Central Time. So until then, guys, appreciate y'all so much for tuning in again today. Love every single one of y'all. I will see y'all later today if you're in here. I'll see you tomorrow if you can't make it. No big deal. Other than that, yeah, if you haven't already, please like this video, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, ring the little bell next to it so that you can get notified every time I drop a new video or I go live on here, which, or I'm making money in here, I should say, which is every single day the stock market's open. All right, guys, that being said, I'm going to take a little break, and I will see y'all in a couple hours.